Hey, Shalom, Mr. Brother Azariah from the Pittsburgh GMS camp. Here with number 3 for the evening. You know, we're trying to get in that spirit of 3 a day. You know, forget 1 a day, 3 a day. Keep Satan away. Let's do that. But all praise to the Most High Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Much love to you brothers out there preaching the truth and sincerity. And you know, before I watched Elder Apostle Gabar's video today about about the spirit being on them to minister to those 2 Jakes at the health food store, or restaurant or whatever it was. I was in the spirit of, because when I got into the truth, I didn't know what GMS was. I had no idea. I first heard about the Israelites, and the first video I ever watched was about the 12 tribes, and it was a GOCC video. They have like an hour-long or 2-hour-long video about who the children of Israel were. So back then, that's all I knew, was that I was an Israelite, and I still had a lot of the mindset of Christians. I still was believing in the Trinity and stuff like that. This is about in 2013, 2014, I would say. Yeah, about 2014 was when I first was introduced and really started researching and was passing videos back and forth, and was doing all that. And that really what started my walk. It was one of the things that started my walk. Before that, it was my afflictions. The afflictions I were going through led me to the scriptures, and then next thing I knew, I found out I was an Israelite through my studies. But one of the things I never got a chance to do, because I didn't know what GMS was, was do the GMS homework, and now I'm subscribed. I put it up here at the top here so that I could go ahead and link it out and do the homework, And there was something Elder Apostle Hart was saying the other day. He was talking about the importance of knowing certain breakdowns and stuff, and he said out loud, he was like, do I have to implement the homework again? And I was like, that's the spirit, because I was thinking about needing to do the homework, and also the three videos spirit is out right now. And the only thing that would even slow me down from making 3 videos a day would be the fact that I need to catch up on this homework. Right now I'm only on the book of Samuel's 2 test, which I haven't really finished reading the book of 2 Samuel, but there's so much going on that I'm like, what am I looking for? What do I need to know, to be able to answer these questions? Because I'm not good with names. I'm not good with certain things that don't seem as important to me, may be important to the test, like how many men, because in this video, it asks certain questions. And I didn't know the answer to the questions at first because I wasn't good with names. What was Samuel's mother's name? I know now her name is Hannah. But at first I was like, he had 2 wives. She made a vow because she was barren. The name of the priest was Eli. And the priest's sons, his sons were sons of Belial. They didn't know the Most High. What specifically did these sons do to anger the Lord? They abhorred the Lord's sacrifice. They was cutting in on the Lord's sacrifice, And this ain't what the whole video is about. I'm gonna get to the point here soon. What happened to Samuel? To know that the Lord was with him. The Lord called. I had to even go back because I did the test and I thought I knew, but the thing that I had in my mind didn't happen to Samuel. It happened to Saul. When Saul went up the way and ended up prophesying when the spirit hopped on him, that didn't happen to Samuel. What happened to Samuel was he was laying down in the bed and the Most High called him thrice. The first two times he went out, and Eli was like, I didn't call you. The third time he was like, well, look, just say, here I am. And that's what happened to Samuel. The Lord actually spoke to him, which I had to brush up on that, Saul's father's name was Kish. I had to go look up his name and see what it meant to help me remember it, which Kish means bent, or like a bow. It's like a bow. I even had to analogize it like it's a bow bent back to shoot for Saul, because Saul did a lot of, he did a lot of war. He went to battle a lot with the enemies. It was like a bow, like an arrow. And what physical thing did Saul have over the rest of Israel? He had stature from his shoulders on up, you know. These are things that, what's the name of Saul's principal son? It was Jonathan. When Saul set up an army, like I didn't pay this attention when I first read it. So it makes you go back and you're like, all right, let me go see what's going on. So when Saul set up an army, how many men did he have and how many men did his son have? Saul had 2,000, his men had 1,000, so it was 3,000 total, you know? Who was the number one enemy of Israel? It was the Philistines. I thought it was, because I remember reading about the Amalekites, but then when you go back, you see that the Philistines took the Ark of the Most High. Well, it's about to get into that. They took away the Ark of God, the Ark of the Most High, where the Most High dwelt, and they were struck. The nation was plagued with hemorrhoids or hemorrhoids in their private parts. A lot of them had them in their private parts. The Lord told Samuel about Saul that he regretted making. He basically said he repented for making him king over Israel, and that he didn't obey the Most High's commandments. What did Samuel say to Saul about rebellion? He said rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, you know, and that stubbornness is as the sin of idolatry or worshiping other gods. Samuel told Saul a new king would be set up. What town was he from? He was from Bethlehem, Judah. You know, and this is just the first book, so I remember these things. I feel like it's going to be harder to remember some of the information from Samuel because it's just so much stuff going on in 2 Samuel. And what he did to the king of Amalek. Well, after he spared the king of Amalek, he turned around and killed him. Once he was rebuked, and once he was told that he should have obeyed, he turned around and killed him later. What was Samuel called besides a prophet? Now I had to look this one up because I couldn't remember what he was called, but you know, it came to mind. He was called a judge besides a prophet because they didn't have a king at that time. Samuel was the one who did the judging, and then they came later and was like, set us up a king over us. And the Most High was like, are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want? You know, because if I set you up a king, he gonna jack you up. And this is what Samuel told him. And they still was like, no, we want a king. So that's where they got Saul. But he was called a judge, wasn't that? And Doeg was an Edomite. And Saul was killed. First, he got shot up with arrows. And then he pierced himself through with his own sword. And then it tells you more in the second book of Samuel. And, you know, I just want to run through those. Sorry, Salakia, if I did the wrong thing by doing that. I don't want to give nobody a cheat sheet. I ain't even going to mention it in the title. But, you know, read it for yourself, man. You know, you're not going to be able to get the oil if you don't read it for yourself. And I'm going to go to Matthew 25. This is the point. All right, starting at 1, and this is in red, so you know this is who the world calls Jesus Christ. This is Yahushua speaking. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. The bridegroom is the Father. The bridegroom is really like Yahushua when he comes back. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. So it's 10 of them. 5 were wise, and 5 were foolish. They that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them. So they got their lamps. They walking around with them like, you know, hey, you know, but they ain't got no oil. They probably lit it on fire and just left. And just kept, and then just start walking. But the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. So the wise was like, hey, we need to keep this fire going, man. Got to stay on fire. While the bridegroom tarried, so while he was yet not there, he took a while to come. They all slumbered and slept. Everybody, all of them slept, waiting on the bridegroom. And at midnight there was a cry made, behold, the bridegroom cometh. And that's how it's going to be when the Son of Man comes back. When Yahushua comes back, it's going to be a quick. You're not going to know. You're not going to have time to prepare. You're going to have to already be ready when he comes. Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose. Everybody got up and they trimmed their lamp. They all lit their lamp. They all got ready. It was like, let's get it. And the foolish said unto the wise, give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. We ain't got the fire of the Most High no more. We don't have the understanding no more. We weren't ready. We don't know the truth anymore. What's going on? We need help, for our lamps are gone out. They didn't study, man. They didn't prepare themselves. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. He's like, hey, look, hey, we can't really sit here and teach you all the basics. We can't give you everything right now. Now's the time to try to get it while it's available. But at this time, ain't nobody gonna be able to sit down and give it to you. How was y'all gonna be like, let's get it, let's go? So they're gonna tell you, hey, look, go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. Go look for it. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. It's gonna be too late to try to seek it then, because Yahushua gonna come. And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And the door was shut, man. You don't want that door to be shut on you, man. Oh man, as a matter of fact, one of the brothers from the Dallas camp was just going into this. Let's see if I can find it. Oops. See if I can find it. See if I can find it. It's not in Kings, it's probably in Chronicles. No, can't be. Anyway, man, it's basically saying he's gonna build the house of David again, and he's gonna seal up the breaches. He's gonna close it, he's gonna shut it up, he's gonna close up that once the house of David is built, it's gonna be too late, man. It's gonna be too late to try to join in. Even stuff like that, for me to not be able to find that, I gotta sharpen my sword. And you brothers likewise, if you're new to the faith, man, you gotta sharpen your sword, man. You gotta seek this like it ain't like nothing else, man. This need to be the most important thing that you looking after, that you doing. While they went to buy, while Yahushua is coming back, he's here, and you going to try to go seek it then. No, it's too late. Afterward came also the other virgin saying, Lord, Lord, open to us, open up the gate. What this sound like? This sound like the spiritual ark, man. Seven 1 through 16. Salakia. All right, Genesis 7. Being the Most High shut him in. This is what's gonna happen. I'm looking for the one where the Most High came down and stopped Noah from opening the gate, but like it says right here, and they that went in male and female of all flesh, as Yahweh had commanded him, and the Lord shut him in. And that's what the Most High is gonna do. So let's go back to Matthew 25 and 11. Afterward came also the other virgin, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Why didn't he know him? Because they didn't seek his face early. And it tells you, this is a warning. Watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor the hour when the Son of Man cometh. You don't know when Yahushua is going to come back. So you need to seek it now. For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto him his goods. So this is going into another analogy for those who have the oil, right now at this present time. I'm not going to get too deep into that. But the point is this, there's different epistles, there's different things you can look after. A lot of you brothers may have already gone through all these lessons, You may have gone through all these lessons. But for those brothers who haven't, there's like 61, maybe 62. There's even a Hebrew test for you to go through and learn a little bit of Hebrew, Take these different words, Kadash, stuff like that. Take these different words and translate them into Hebrew, So, it's not even a question of whether you brothers have time or not, If you want this, if you want it bad enough, you're going to find a way. And that's what I'm doing, And seeing as though I need to learn more of this, this is probably going to take precedence, but I'm still going to try to do my 3 videos a day, Adawan Ratazah. It wasn't necessarily in order, but that's the spirit we need to be in, that we should be trying to make as many videos as possible to push this word as much as we can. And like the elder said, like the brother above me said, we don't have any excuse, So with that, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Hashem, Yahushua. Double honor to the apostles and elders, the great millstone. Much love to you brothers out there preaching the truth and sincerity. With that, I want to say shalom.